Thank you, Deep Clover, and thank you, Minister, for your statement today. As one of the most consistent issues that gets repeated to me as a Senedd member is that mental health intervention doesn't happen quick enough. When those who are suffering reach out, appointments just take too long, and this then manifests itself with preventative self-harm and suicide. Minister, we know that most people do not seek help until they reach crisis point, the moment that they can no longer cope. So the speed of accessing mental health services is critical to the overall outcome. Yet, according to Stats Wales in November 2024, just 4 months ago, over 1,400 people in Wales were waiting over 56 days between the local primary mental health support service assessment and the start of therapeutic intervention. I think I speak for everyone here that this is a major contributing fact to poorer outcomes of treatment and for prolonging the mental health issues of individuals, and is contributing significantly to the number of suicides and self-harm incidents. So with this in mind, Minister, how does this plan help substantially improve waiting times for therapeutic treatment? We talk a lot in this chamber about waiting lists, but those waiting for mental health treatment, time is a critical factor. You said in your delivery plan that you want to improve access to and the delivery of services and improve multi-agency rapid responses, but you make no mention of how you're going to do this. Do you believe health boards will recruit more trained staff to deliver this? In the delivery plan, there's no specific mention of any targeted approach towards men, other than of the Samaritans running a male suicide prevention campaign. But as you know, men make up 77% of suicides in Wales, and they are predominantly in the construction and agricultural sectors. Minister, you have set out to improve the accessibility of universal suicide and self-harm awareness, as well as supporting information and resources, so that everyone will be empowered with the knowledge and awareness to recognise those in needs. However, this doesn't necessarily help those with specific groups that we know of with the highest suicide and self-harm rates. It seems your plan is to spread the resources. Minister, why haven't you made any targeted approach to improve empowerment and access to mental health services in the specific industries that I have mentioned? Unfortunately, I find the lack of defined actions in this plan frustrating. It talks too much about review boards and how to be clearer in terminology. Like many others, I would argue that this plan needs clear and well-defined actions about when, where, who, and how it will engage with those who are at risk of suicide and self-harm. It is widely known that the influence of certain groups on social media and the fact that social media is used as a tool for bullying are major factors in causing self-harm and suicide. Yet there is almost no mention of this other than the smooth wall service, which allows schools to block sites that are deemed inappropriate. Minister, why is it not mentioned? Why is there no specific aim to improve understanding by children and young people of the dangers and the predatory nature of people on social media? Why is there no mention of viral self-harm trends and how they target specific vulnerable people? Where is your strategy for helping to prevent self-harm and suicide? I do not think that your proposals for raising the visibility of suicide and self-harm with government establishing and maintaining governance arrangements which facilitate effective communication or reviewing processes for considering suicide and self-harm in policy development mean very much to those people in our communities who are exposed and need help. Minister, this plan seems to be weighted entirely towards reviewing and improving current methodologies and strategies, and training and ensuring consistent approaches to the co-production with regard to clarity of roles and responsibilities, but it lacks any mention of reaching out into communities to identify specific needs. You may be aware that studies have shown that in society as a whole, 15% of adolescents engage in self-harm. This risk of self-harm is 6 times higher for the bully victims, 5 times higher for the bullied, and 3 times higher for those who actually do the bullying. This risk of self-harm as a result of being bullied is significantly greater for girls than boys. Depression, anxiety, and parental conflict has accounted for some of the association between bullied and self-harm, and between bullying victims and self-harm. Moreover, Minister, the relationship between those who are bullied and then self-harming is found to be significantly reduced when they have improved parental support and school well-being. Sadly, I think your vision is unambitious. You aim to continuously decrease suicide by making those who self-injure, self-poison, have suicidal thoughts, or have attempted suicide feel safe and understood by informed and compassionate communities. But I would argue that your vision should also include helping to reach out into communities, improving support at every stage of life, improving parental knowledge and awareness, and helping schools to provide better and more appropriate support. So finally, Minister, what efforts are you going to take to improve early stage intervention in schools and industries that are known to have a higher prevalence of self-harm and suicide, so that every possible step is taken to help people before their mental health deteriorates to a state where they contemplate self-harm and suicide? Thank you.